New Life Church 2025, Church at Home. Man, I am so excited about this Sunday because we're still gathering together. We are still one church doing something together. We might not be at 3205 Cannonball Trail, but wherever you are, I hope you're gathered together with friends, family, spouse, whoever it might be you're with. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to really debrief and reflect and look back on what God did in 2025. Well, let's start in January. In January, I felt and gave a call to the church that we need to increase. God was asking us to increase in the pursuit of His things, from fasting and praying and reading the Bible and sharing our faith. Where is it that we were going to increase our commitment to the things of God? We even filled out like the top 3 places we felt as if God was asking us to increase our commitment to Him. Many of you gave those to me, and I prayed with you alongside you for the whole year and all the things that you were going to increase in. In January, we started a 21-day prayer and fast. It was actually the first time for many of you. I remember that Sunday where we talked about it and everybody raised their hand that was in attendance, and we had about 15 people out of about 550 to 600 people. 15 said, hey, I'd fasted before for the things of God. Well, I was excited because I knew that you just hadn't received from the Lord like ever before, like we do when we fast. Fasting, as you know, is turning down the volume of the world, turning down the volume of even our stomach, and turning up the volume of the voice of God. So we did that for 21 days, and then we came together as we culminated the 21 days, and we sought the Lord together on a worship night where it was standing room only, and we experienced the things of God together in His presence. I was marked by that worship night, and then we heard 2 services in a row. We heard the testimonies of God's goodness, of His faithfulness, of miracles that took place during the fast, the 21 days of prayer and fasting, and then that night where young people, pursued Jesus at the altars and said, I'm done taking this medication. Not doing it out of just themselves, but saying, I don't have the symptoms that I used to have. I'm not dealing with the depression that I used to deal with, the anxiety. I don't need these pills anymore in the name of Jesus. People's wrists being healed, physical healings. We heard a testimony of a business, their slowest month every single year is January. Well, they took God up on the offer of fasting and praying, and it was their best month to date, even surpassing their best month ever. We saw the hand of God move. Those services marked me, and I hope they marked you too. We continued. In February, we heard from Pastor Michael Grove. He came out, a friend of mine and now a friend of the house for many years now, actually. He's been a friend of the house of New Life Church, and him and his wife, Christy, and family heard from the Lord, and they started a church out in Costa Mesa, California, Mesa City Church. New Life came around them, and we donated the first $5,000, the first ever money that they had received for this church plant. And so because of your faithfulness, because of the mission giving, we sent out Pastor Michael and his family to go plant that church. And they're actually meeting now at coffee shops and different places they can meet. They're doing devotionals online. They're having Bible studies as they launch this beautiful church. We get to be part of that and celebrate what God is doing in and through that church. That's the beautiful thing about being part of a healthy, growing community we call the church, is that God does something in us, and then He does something through us. And that's really kind of what we're celebrating today, all the things that God did in 2025. Let me look at some other statistics and some other things and highlights of what God did. We saw over 200 people say, I want to read the New Testament. I've never read the whole Testament, the whole New Testament together. We did it in 60 days. Over 200 people committed to that. We had so much fun doing that. And We might have an opportunity to do that again in 2026, so stay tuned. But man, diving in, increasing, going back to that increase word, increasing our commitment into the things of God. And many people said, I want to read and saturate myself with the word of the Lord. Y'all remember the summertime? Remember summer 2025, where right before or right after VBS, you remember VBS? We remodeled the lobby, really remodeled the lobby because we saw some issues. We had to take care of those. And because of our board and their fiscal responsibility and stewarding the money that we get, we were able to redo the whole lobby. It was so good. It's so good to be able to welcome people, for them to feel it's clean and it's safe and it's good. It feels good in the lobby as we welcome people and just love on them. So thank you for that. Y'all remember VBS, Vacation Bible School, one of the best things we do all year long. This year was a little different, like nothing ever before, where we created our own curriculum. It was all fresh, nothing packaged, nothing bought. It was, and then do you remember Monday? Parents, were you there Monday when we saw the circus performers in our lobby? We saw the circus performers in the parking lot having so much fun. Many of you didn't want to leave because you were having so much fun. We saw 283 participants come through VBS and saw life change. And this is what I mean by that. We had 157 young people indicate a decision to follow Jesus for the very first time. How amazing is that? Transformation through Jesus. Jesus changes everything. So VBS got done. We're celebrating all that God did. And then the fall came, right? September 2025. We're marked by that because we introduced brand new vision, brand new look, the logo, a fresh look on what God is doing now, today, in and through New Life Church. What we did, we saw, was we talked about the mission. What is God doing here? What's going on? Well, we exist to help people embrace the things of Jesus. The transformation only He can bring. The mission of New Life Church. We introduced 5 core values of New Life Church as well, from authenticity, being real. That's so important. Being real is so important, isn't it? Generosity. We want to be generous. Community. We want to love on the beautiful community that we get to live in, that we get to have life in and be part of. Joy. One of the best things that I think we get to be a part of is having the joy of the Lord, receiving it and giving it to others. That is what it's all about. We talked about community, authenticity, transformation, the transformation that only Jesus can bring. And then, of course, joy and generosity. It was so much fun being able to hear from the Lord, put it down on paper, and now see people walk in it. Every decision we make is from those core values. And so I'm just so blessed that each of us have been able to grab a hold of those and live those out on a regular basis, those 5 core values that we get to live in now of New Life Church. Talked about that, and then of course, fall 2025. One of the highlights of the fall each and every year here at New Life Church is the Student Life Retreat, where middle schoolers and high schoolers, they go away. They put the cell phone down for a little bit and they say, God, what is it you want from me? Because they're saying, I want to receive from you. I'm going to go away. Many of you invested. We were able to raise over $3,000 to $5,000 for scholarships to make sure that every single kid could have the opportunity to go experience the things of God at the Student Life Retreat. And for weeks now, weeks after, we've been hearing testimonies. We've been seeing life change in these young people, and now they're taking steps and being bold in their faith, talking about it at school, talking about it at their job, bringing their Bible everywhere they go, and really pursuing the things of God. That's what you and I get to be a part of. 133 young people, the largest retreat we have ever had. God did so much good things. Then we had 155 overall from the support staff and the leaders, the adult leaders, the college leaders. Many of you watching with us today at Church at Home were a part of that retreat. Man, my mind is truly blown by how we have stepped up and said, God, I'm willing. God, I'm available. Thank you, New Life Church. And now, as we continue, we gave $10,000 in one check to Kendall County Food Pantry, partnering with the YMCA to be able to give hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds of food to help those that might be under-resourced or have found themselves in a time of need. It's a beautiful thing. It's an honor to be the hands and feet of Jesus for our community. Throughout the year, we have seen 362 people, individuals, indicate a decision to follow Jesus, a decision to receive Jesus in their heart and have a place in eternity forever. As we celebrated many times on a Sunday morning, we had Baptism Sunday where 69 people publicly said, I'm living for Jesus. Publicly said, my life will never be the same. What once was is no longer coming up out of that water. It is a beautiful thing. There is life transformation happening in and through New Life Church. Well, that's a recap for everything, for a lot, maybe not everything, but a lot that went on in and through New Life Church. And here's the beautiful thing. There are so many stories, your stories, you watching this, you went through many things. From health, family, restoration that had to be there, financial, all of the things that we all have gone through. And yet God is right there with us through it all. And so what I would love for you to do is together, those that are gathered in your house, let's talk about that. We have a church at home devotional that is in this video. In the description, you can click on it and go through it. I would invite you, if you have a printer at home, print it out. There's space to write, reflect of what God did. There's space if you have kids at home. There's space for them to draw and what were the highlights that they had from 2025. Take your time with this. Pretend you're in a church service if you need to. Give it some time and really reflect on what it is that we can be grateful for, that God brought us through, that God did, and what it is that He wants us to be a part of as we look into 2026. New Life Church, I love you so much. I am so honored and privileged to be able to journey with you on this thing we call life. 2026, what is He speaking to you? Take your time, reflect. We have a few more days in 2025 for you to reflect and for you to look forward and say, God, what is it you have for us? All of the things that I just talked about as we walked together through 2025 is not possible without many of you and your generous gifts, the way that you give faithfully, the way that you give obediently as God calls us to. It's not too late. You can still give from writing a check out and making sure the date is on there by December 31st and postmarked, or you can go online, nlcyorkville.org, and get your end of year gift in. Because of you, those that give, life change is taking place. And I just want to say thank you. The best is yet to come. God is calling us to bigger things, and I cannot wait to see all that He does through you, through me, and together this community is going to look different. God bless you. Happy New Year.